It's Tuesday. It's your girl Candy Kaylin.
And your boy Shout Town Shout.
And it's time to
Pull up.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pull Up the Podcast. It is 8:15. Do not judge us. We do not have a specific time. We're just trying to give you a show a week. We missed last week, so Mr. Shaw, welcome back. We just trying to get it in for the fam. So we are going to start. It is my favorite time of the year in the NBA. We just finished All-Star Weekend this past weekend. Jordan dropped shoes this morning. For those of you who got your hands on them, I didn't even know they were dropping, so I was slipping on my pimping.
I got so much going on.
Yeah, I missed the drop, but some of you got your hands on them. So we're going to talk All-Star Weekend today. We're going to talk the 75-year anniversary of the NBA and who made that 75-year anniversary team. We're going to talk YoungBoy, new diss track. Can't even call it a single. It's just a diss track. We're going to talk Wendy Williams, and today is National Margarita Day. We will talk about that, and I feel like I'm missing something. But no, I got it all. That's what we're talking about today. So if you're joining us, thank you. Stay tuned. Share your thoughts and comments from NBA All-Star Weekend this weekend. Team LeBron won. Team LeBron won.
Game winner.
On a game winner from LeBron, only fitting in for a kid from Akron.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you why I was so excited for Team LeBron. Because if we don't think it matters to make money and to be able to have a seat at the table, you're crazy. LeBron James was able to play for his I Promise students. So Team LeBron, every quarter that they won money for Kent State and the I Promise scholarship. That was the charity that the money was being donated to. And I'm sure for his teammates, not that the food bank doesn't need food, because they most definitely, we need food at the food banks for, us to help the community. But to help educate some kids, $400,000 worth of money to go towards LeBron school, where LeBron is helping educate young men and women in a minority community, that's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. That's
extremely dope.
That they were able to do that, and that each of them, when they go in their cities to play these games, they can make sure the money gets to the foundations of their choices now. So the game is fun because we're actually watching this money go in a direction. They're playing for something now. So I like the teams. I like the picking and giving the money, giving them something to play for. I feel like they give us what they got. What do you think?
I didn't even get to watch the game this year, so you know how busy I am, and you know how focused I am right now, because you know how I feel about the All-Star game. So I didn't even bother because my focus wasn't going to be on the All-Star game. I even wanted to do a skit on the All-Star, but I didn't at the time. The fact that I love it. So just to see LeBron hit the game winner and Steph had 14 threes, it was what the All-Star game means to me. It what makes it better than the Pro Bowl, right? And I've been saying this, nobody listens. No, All-Star game, man. They don't, bro. There have been probably 4 All-Star games in my life where it was just like, it wasn't good, right? But for the most part, fourth quarter, we locked in. Hey, it's not the All-Star. And I hate the old NBA. I don't hate the old NBA. I hate when old NBAers say it's nothing like our All-Star game, bro. Y'all were not playing defense.
I think that when they say it's not like what they're accustomed to. They played hard all the time, right? So for the most part, they were having.
They weren't worth millions of dollars.
I mean, they were.
So when your worth goes,
they were worth millions, just not as many millions.
So you see the difference.
Not as many.
A subpar player in the NBA at that time wasn't making 10 mil. Chandler Parsons got 20 mil from the Mavs, 20 mil from Memphis, and never played 82 games in 7 seasons combined.
The last time I saw him the other day, he was hurt again.
He's not in. He can't be in the NBA no more. I almost thought I seen he was
He
cut and one of.
no, he is.
Nah, you tripping.
No, Mrs. You know what? That's why I miss having an assistant. And if you need an internship, Shawtime Media is looking for a production assistant on this show because Mr. Shaw likes to argue with me.
You know
Chandler
what? Think about it like
Parsons.
this.
Chandler Parsons he's on a team, Mr. Shaw, because he just got hurt the other day. Let's see.
It's like around the
He
horn.
played.
No, the host from Around the Horn used to work with Tony Koshire and Michael Wilborn. That's what we're
Uh-huh.
trying to turn y'all into. You go from working for us to having your own show. Around
Mr.
the
Shaw, you
Horn,
know
he
what?
was on.
It wasn't Chandler Parsons. It's it's what you call it that got hurt. The other one that stays hurt. That was with Boston. You're right. Chandler but hasn't had a job since
Gordon
20.
Hayward.
Hayward is the one that got hurt.
Let's see what we was talking about earlier today.
Well, my mistake, but it was on the fact of they both stay hurt. That was in a they stay hurt category. That was not a they look alike. It was definitely a they stay hurt. That was like saying Anthony Davis at this point. They both they all that was a they stay hurt category. Definitely my bad. Because I don't want to be that person. I never want to be that person. So you're right. I apologize. And I feel like all we do is apologize because I don't want it to lean that way. I don't want to be a bad person.
Hey.
I don't want to be a bad person. So yes, it was on a Gordon Hayward and Chandler Parsons both stay injured. That's it. Definitely not saying, oh, they're both white boys. They look alike. Definitely not the case. So with the All-Star game, which also makes it different, this year was 75 years. The NBA is celebrating 75 seasons. In the 75 seasons, just like in 50-year season, at year 50, they acknowledge the greatest to ever play the game. So the only person that could get more applause than the kid from Akron being in Cleveland, where he brought it home, was no one other than the last person that they brought out to commemorate the 75-year anniversary of the league, the GOAT himself. The GOAT is here. Michael Jordan showed up in Cleveland. The building went crazy. You saw the All-Stars salute. You saw the All-Star salute. And I know young people want to argue with us. I know people in this generation want to say LeBron is the GOAT. Michael is still the GOAT. I'm sorry to advise you, Michael is still the GOAT. Now, and again, when LeBron walks away after the season that LeBron is having, on paper, minus the championships, it's going to be hard to take that away because he is going to be leading in every statistical category possible. And
I got one argument for all Michael Jordan fans. How many rings would he have without Phil?
He wouldn't have any rings.
And then flip it. Then ask yourself, how many rings will LeBron have without?
But so on the reverse, right? Let's hold that. Let's talk about the 75 year anniversary and people who were on that team, and then we'll get back to LeBron in that conversation. So that team, Michael was on that team, LeBron was on that team, Kobe was on that team. Okay, they represent Bill Russell, who comes up, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who comes up when we talk GOATs of the game due to points, which has always been Kareem. Bill Russell has the most titles with 11. And whether people want to or not, I think as I get older, the conversation really is as the GOATs continue to show up, right? Because LeBron is a GOAT. And to me, there can be more than one GOAT because Michael revolutionized this game. Michael Jordan took the NBA to a whole nother level. LeBron will never sell the sneakers the way that Michael has sold sneakers. I also don't know if LeBron's, when there was a Muhammad Ali and a Michael Jordan that walked in the room went crazy. I don't know if LeBron gets that same, because I think people love to hate LeBron. I don't know. I don't know if LeBron. I mean, because if LeBron walked in the room, I'd be like, it's LeBron. Like I'm not gonna give LeBron the same amount of energy that I'm gonna give Mike, or I would have
I'm not gonna give neither. They all gonna get the same energy. For me, it's a go.
When I was in the room with the GOAT, Mr. 44 himself, former president of the United States of America, I mean, the room was electric. President Barack Obama was in the room. The room was, Emmett and President Obama. It was electric. So I don't know.
I believe LeBron got to the effect. I believe LeBron got to the effect. The kid from Akron. I believe he got to the effect.
But we got to salute him because, like I said, his charity. Not only is he playing his charity, what he's building in production. Kevin Durant wasn't there. He was on that list. James Harden was on that list. I think my fourth favorite is becoming Steph Curry at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I like Steph. We watched Steph at Davidson. We talked about those underdogs. I like Steph. All of mine were on the list. Michael, Kevin, Kobe. Okay.
25 years, we'll have a new list.
Well, 25 years. 25 years as our sister and I say, some of those old ones, do you keep them on the list?
You just adding 25 more. Ain't no need to take nobody off the list. Add to the list.
You say just add the next 25.
Just add to the list.
Okay. There were questions about Dame Dollar being on that list.
I say Clay.
Over Dame?
Nah, I'm just saying in general. Like, I feel like Clay should have been on the list because in my mind, and I get a lot of hate for this, and I continue to say it, I feel like Clay is the top 5 shooting guard all time in the NBA.
I think it's hard to put Westbrook on the list and Harden and leave Clay off. I agree. I agree. I agree that was a stiff, and that's always the thing about who decides. Like, what are we looking at? Are we looking at raw stats? Are we looking at, because there's Clay and Steph Curry on that team.
I feel like, go ahead, my fault.
I feel like James Harden has come into his own in the last 4 years. Really come into his own. So I personally didn't have a problem with anybody not being on the list. When you make the statement about Clay and then I think about Dame, then I go,
T-Mac not making the list.
T-Mac not making the list.
Vince Carter was like,
You
know what I'm saying? Like, you are the greatest dunk all time, and T-Mac. But again, like I say, even with the next list, bro, they might not make it. And I ain't no hate, but who's a greater player, Devin Booker or Vince Carter? And depending on how long, if injuries don't catch up to Devin Booker, but if Devin Booker keeps it up at this pace,
or Ja Morant, that's someone who is extremely.
I'm just giving you
very much so coming into his own. Trae Young, like there are some young players that are going to be OG legends in this game, as you say, in 25 years. When you look at it from that perspective, so
and I don't know. Again, I don't think we even looking at. It's a lot of. For instance, like with the All-Star game, Tyler Hero didn't make it, but he come off the bench, averaged 21 for Miami. They like 4th in the East. I don't think Miami even had an All-Star. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think they did.
Not
Jimmy Butler.
Okay, Jimmy, right? Jimmy. But I'm saying, like, and Tyler Hero averaged the most points on the team coming off the bench, right? Like, it's a lot of the Jason Tatums of the world, the Jaylen Browns. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jamal Murray ain't played basketball in over 2 seasons. If he come back healthy, he ain't rested 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, Donovan Mitchell. It's going to be nice to see how the list is constructed. And then, again, the All-Star game for the next 6 years, just look at it in the West. It is going to be one of the hardest things to crack. Talking about the guard position. Like I say, Devin Booker at the top of the West, and he didn't get no first. He didn't get no first, no ballot, no votes to be on as a starter. Right? Averaging 24 plus. You number one.
But again, let's go back about fandom, right? It depends on where you are, your fandom, who's voting. We know those things all play a part when it comes to All-Star games. So I wouldn't take that personal. If I was him, I would just keep shooting the lights out the gym. Keep being great. Keep moving your team up. Keep showing up in the playoffs. Keep showing up in the finals. Keep showing up in the playoffs. keep getting to the finals. Those things, get to the finals. Those things make a difference for those players. Now, when we talk about players in list, my guy, I know you want to use injuries for your guy, but my guy was on that list at 75 year, the 75-year anniversary team. And I sent you a clip. LeBron is a little messy. That's why the OG, because LeBron was standing right next to KG and Paul Pierce.
And that the beef that they like?
As Ray Allen.
And that what the old NBA like? That's beef. Like, look.
But then there's a picture of them standing together. So I don't know if it's real beef.
But you know it be, again, obviously Ray Allen got beef with KG then.
Oh, yeah. Right. They don't.
You dap Bron up. You dap Bron up and KG and Paul Pierce right there. And then was your brothers in war first. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an all the way around good thing. I don't think LeBron James is more so petty, like he holding on. But I know he didn't like the Celtics. You can tell when somebody don't like somebody, right? He felt like they had to link up to beat him. So they didn't
link up to beat him. They linked up to win a championship. It wasn't about LeBron personally with them.
Well, Paul Pierce wasn't going to get a ring if they didn't link up.
Right, but Paul Pierce wasn't going to sniff nothing. But Paul Pierce,
he wasn't going to sniff anything if he didn't get hit. He was even making the playoffs.
Well,
I don't think he was making the playoffs.
But that's what they had all been looking at, their situations on the teams that they were in and what they were bringing around. It wasn't conducive. So somebody had to go somewhere because it wasn't working. And at that point in their careers, it was like, you got to do something big time. You got to do something big time. And it was, I don't think there's, from what I've read, what I understand, KG's book, KG, it wasn't about beating LeBron. It was about winning a championship. It was like for the blood, sweat, and tears, the sacrifice, the missed moments with my family. For a lot of these players, I don't think people realize they got to do something. They got to get a ring before they call it quits. The real big dogs got to get a ring. And
but the East ran through LeBron James.
LeBron just happened to be in the way.
Since he beat the Pistons. After he beat the Pistons, the East ran through LeBron.
Right. But he had to see, you had to see Kobe twice. Like you got
but I'm saying
you got to see Kobe.
The East, I can the East ran through. You beat LeBron, right? Because LeBron got nothing.
Yeah. So I can link up we should have all been linking up with Kobe. Now that we see what they've done with their decisions, they should have called Kobe and say, listen, we know we ODs, but let's just shut it down. That would have been
play with other people we know.
Huh?
Kobe can't play with other people we know. It's not easy for LeBron James to play with other people because you have to adapt to his game and him having the ball so often.
He does have to have the basketball, but Steph Curry said Sunday he was shooting too because he a GOAT.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Steph said and that's the thing about GOAT. As we evolve, we realize GOAT status comes from a lot of different categories. So moving on, it's grind time in the NBA. It's playoff run portion of the season. So we will keep you guys up to date on where these teams sit. Remember, this is not a podcast that makes predictions. So Mr. Shaw and I don't have your Vegas odds for you. We don't know who's going to win the championship. Don't ask us. We don't know. We'll just
if we eventually get paid by DraftKings or something like that, we'll have somebody come on and read the odds to you. We'll do that, but we're not getting paid for it. We're not gonna do it.
Yeah, and I can't forecast that far ahead to know who's gonna get hurt and who's not, and that's always my issue. Like, I don't know who's gonna get hurt. So, moving on to our music section, NBA YoungBoy is trending on YouTube and Twitter. And YoungBoy has released a diss track where he is dissing, I think he dissed everybody but us and our mama. Per Twitter.
And if you listen closely, he might have got us too.
You know, everybody, what is it? They Hate YoungBoy is the name of the diss track. And let me be honest, I could hardly understand what he was saying. Some of the stuff I couldn't quite make out, but I did make out verbiage that could be used against him in a court of law. Um,
And he don't understand. That's what the other rappers don't do. Like Dirk Neal, Dirk take out names. So if something happened, he not responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like so, but nah, he young boy is something wrong with him. He got beef with everybody. And if you got a problem with everybody, it's you.
Bootsy, Gucci, Dirk, India. Um, did he say Angel?
Little
Who?
baby.
Little
Little
baby.
baby. How
Um,
you got beef with little baby? I ain't never heard little baby say nothing bad about nobody.
he said he on house arrest. Feds want to lock him up. Somebody may get whacked. I'm real slow. He said that. He said that a couple of times. Like, I'm real slow. I'm like, you real. And again, this is Pull Up the Podcast. We don't talk about the people. We just talk about the trending topics. NBA YoungBoy is trending, and so we're just covering what's trending. Personally, I could care less. We're just making an observation of the information that he put forward. Okay. And I also want to address young people because young people think they can go to social media, air out dirty laundry, and then they don't want nobody to talk about it. It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. So we're just reporting on the stories. You know, young boy say he ain't scared to die. F the whole industry. We gonna die today. I ain't scared of them. I ain't scared of them. That's what I picked up from that, Mr. Shaw. Now, and you give me your interpretation of what you heard and what you said. And if y'all are watching, please drop your comments. Tell us what you heard. I missed some of it because I didn't understand it.
I'm a young boy fan.
Are you a
I
fan?
listen to it. No, I'm a fan. I'm not a cultist. I'm not a part of the young boy cult. I don't. A kid told me he was more important to the black culture than Martin Luther King. So I'm, you know, not a young boy cultist. Oh, Kenny came in gone,
No,
but
I'm right here.
oh, you just
I
it's
just
just
gave you
me
a solo layout.
one v one.
Yeah.
So the young boy, I'm a fan, and I like the song. It was good, but I think it went too far when he started dissing Baby because that's not even Baby Lane. That's not. We ain't never heard Baby have no. You just upset with everybody associated with Dirk at this point, and that's just petty, bro. That's not manly. That's not manly ish, right?
What did Dirk do?
And Dirk and King Von are friends, cousins. They were related, and the one person that the young boy's cool with is Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo and Von had beef because they used to be cool at a point. So something happened and they had beef. I guess Von ran up on Quando. They were fighting. They were scuffling, and Quando partner. I don't want to, you know. They said Tim. Quando said Tim. Young boy had said Tim. Tim shot Von, and that happened. So in young boy's mind, oh, because again, another thing to get me with the young people, Dirk said in the song about sliding, and Von said we're gonna slide. If people start dying like that, they going to jail. So I need y'all to remember it's entertainment at the end of the day, and I think y'all missing it. The entertainment. Yeah, this is drill music, but do y'all really want them actually going after the slide and kill people just to prove a point? Because it ain't about no money. It's about something that was said that was point. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing for young boy, bro, you make great music. And again, why would he care what I say? Because I don't care what people say. Of course, he don't care what I say. So you make great music, but how long do you want to make the music? Because you just seen what happened to die for. Do you not care? Like you say, you prepared to die, but is the rest of your family prepared for it? You're definitely gonna cause. I don't know how much money you have, right? But I don't know if you made enough money that your family can survive for the rest of their life. Because again, they might be rich and have money, but do they know how to manage? Right?
But how
You
do they
being alive,
feel?
you make.
How? But we got to understand, and I think that's what me and Miss and you stated something that was so important. Is his family ready for him to die? And you have all those kids. You're young, right? I mean, NBA YoungBoy is what 21. He's got 5 or 6 kids already. Are your kids ready for you to die? Do your kids understand? I think these kids are too young to really understand the history of the East Coast, West Coast beef and
Mm-hmm.
Biggie and Pac losing their lives before they were 25. As you said, Dolph, Mo 3. Like these things this is some silly stuff. You ain't never scared. You didn't ride for your cousin. Like you're making all of these subliminals, but when people see you on site, are you really going to be ready on site? You're saying it now like, oh, you're on house arrest, like they scared of you. You're 21.
Mm-hmm.
You're 21. So I just think that we've got to do better because his message is going to the masses, and people don't realize we have to
He's a cultist.
we have to take some ownership for the things that we say and do. So if
See, the Beehive was people who wrote for Beyonce.
mm-hmm.
And being young fans are cultists. Their mind is shaped. They do as YoungBoy says. The Beehive was not doing as Beyonce said, because they were still adult people with their own mindset. They might have been persuaded, or they might have done anything. They might have rolled for Beyonce if you said something, but these YoungBoy fans are gonna do what YoungBoy say. And it's not against him, but these young kids, if you got popularity, you can turn into a cult. They'll live by your every word.
Well, I just hope that he's on house arrest, which means your case is probably still pending. That you were able to finally bond out, which they were trying to keep you from doing at one point anyway. So when you make references to songs,
but there ain't never no gangster shit he going to jail for.
You say that's even worse. But as you said, if bodies come up, you're a prime suspect. Even if they don't get you today, you're being watched. And oh, by the way, the hip hop police, it's a real thing. So I don't know. I love that I love that there's somebody for the young people, but we've got to be more cautious with our wording when, as you said, you're ministering to a cult, but cultists like extreme stuff. So any cultists that I can think about, David Koresh, they're usually people who are not very smart, make up things, and other crazy people follow them. So I hope that do better. Make good music. Stop dissing people. Boosie and Gucci, y'all old.
He even said Boosie name too, like.
Yeah, Gucci, Boosie, Dark, all y'all just act like you ain't hearing. Like I tell the kids at school sometimes when other kids do stuff, act like you ain't hearing. Shh, shh.
Cause I know
Don't
Baby.
no
I mean, I don't feel like Baby gonna respond because that's not his lane. But like Dirk, you just be the like stop. You might as well stay free. It ain't no point at this point. Dirk, you've done the gangster shit. Like that's what I say. Like everybody can. Any other rapper like Von, RP, Dirk was in jail, came home. You know what I'm saying? Like Dirk, you've really done it. You've done your time for the shit you did. Right? You don't got nothing to prove no more.
Right.
Your daddy did Fed time, just came home. Right? Like that shit really in you. You don't got to talk about it. Right? So.
Well, just let it be. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. What is this? Say Cheese TV has like a whole. They got like a whole little picture thing. Well, I'm not gonna show it. I'm not about to give them no extra credit. But yeah, Twitter be jumping. So Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is alleged to not be returning to television. Allegedly, Sherry Shepherd is going to take her place on daytime talk. I'm not trying to be funny. I root for everybody black, but I don't want to see Sherry Shepherd with her own TV show. Maybe she's going to prove me wrong, but Sherry is a little stiff for daytime TV. Just my personal opinion. How you doing? I'm just saying.
I thought about it.
I'm not really a Wendy Williams fan like that, but Wendy Williams like TMZ. Let me give Wendy her flowers while Wendy is here, because people will wait till people pass away. Wendy Williams is TMZ before TMZ. Hollywood Unlocked. Shout out to Jason Lee, who's being drugged on social media because allegedly he reported that Queen Elizabeth died. I didn't get an update from TMZ or CNN about that yet. So they're dragging him. I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm just saying.
That's wrong. Everybody want to.
And it could,
with people.
I don't know if he posted it or his team over there at Hollywood Unlocked posted it, and yeah, he said somebody. I don't know. I don't know if it's his team. I don't know. But what I do know is,
the first thing we're gonna tell our team once we start Shout News, Shout Time News, however what we call it, wherever we get our blog spot to be, bro, make sure that is accurate. Cause I'm not nice enough to be backtracking your statement. Just truth be told. Make sure you got the facts. Don't be rushing into it because you want to get. We want the story off first, but we want it to be accurate. We want to be accurately getting the story right.
Right.
Okay. We don't want to be. We want to be Adam Scheffner saying Tom Brady was gonna retire, getting drugged, then spinning the block like, we told you so. Yes, we told you. That's what we don't want to be spinning the block backtracking like we said.
Here's the thing: as a black media outlet, y'all know I rock with Jason Lee. I rock with Jason Lee as a black media outlet. Jason's news is usually pretty factual because Jason is lawyered up. So this story, I was just mentioning him being drugged. I'm gonna go back to Wendy. I don't know if it's real or not, but TMZ wouldn't exist without Wendy Williams. So everybody can say what they want to say, and that's my thing with the culture. You drag Wendy Williams, you drag black bloggers, but you watch TMZ. Adam Scheffner and them are sometimes a little messy, little TMZ-ish as well in the way they report stuff these days. So if you can support TMZ, Wendy Williams is the queen of the mess. Wendy Williams was doing mess on Hot 97 way back in the Gap. So for those of us who were in this business and understand, Wendy been doing this since she was at Hot 97.
Whitney Houston was going to jump on her.
And Whitney Houston was about to jump on her. Angie Martinez pulled up on her in the bathroom. Angie pulled up on her. They worked together at Hot 97. So Wendy has been doing this mess thing. Like, and that's the unfortunate part. People care about celebrity drama. It trends. So
they care about drama.
They care about drama. I hope Wendy is doing better. But salute to the legends of the game. And that's what we do over here at Pull Up the Podcast. We salute the legends. That she a GOAT when it comes to mess. Celebrity mess, Wendy Williams is the GOAT. You can say what you want to say, but give her credit. So I don't want to see Sherry Shepherd.
Give her roses.
Yeah, I won't be watching Sherry if she's replacing Wendy. I wasn't watching Wendy on the regular, but I'm definitely not watching Sherry. Like, Sherry, go act, baby. We gotta quit trying to find the next black person. Like, we don't. Everybody is not. Everybody not Steve Harvey. Everybody can't work 18
hours. Ricky Lake can do it. Sherry can do it.
No. Just because Cheryl Underwood is good on TV and Whoopi is good, I just don't get Sherry giving me, let me pull up a Sherry Shepherd show. Like, I don't get it. I don't.
If Ricky Lake can do it, Sherry can do it.
Okay, maybe she can. Ricky had. I used to be like,
what did Ricky Lake do after that?
I mean, she made so much money, she probably didn't need to work anymore. I'm sure she's executive produced some Lifetime movies or something since leaving.
No, don't nobody care about Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake is no.
So, guys, to end that up, that's all I see trending on Twitter. Today is National Margarita Day, and I'm going to end the show so I can go get a margarita. Mr. Shaw, can you drink a margarita? Will you make it? Will you be able to hang on?
Yeah, for sure.
How many can you drink?
I'm an alcoholic now. I drink 6 shots a night before I go to bed now.
6 shots of what?
Goose, Don Julio. I like to mix them. Living wild and free.
You're living wild and free?
Wild and free. Except with my daughter here. Ain't no getting lit.
She'll wake you up. She'll be like, "Are you drunk? Are you drunk?" No, that's a new thing. So, guys, go get a margarita. It's National Margarita Day. We hope you enjoyed the show. We can't tell you what time we're going to see you next week, but we'll see you next week. It's your girl, Candy Caitlin.
And your boy, Shot on Shot, a.k.a. the Fat Mama.
And you are watching Pull Up
Pull up
the podcast.
Yeah.
Till next week, we out.